I know, but let's let the people know, dude, what you had going
Well,
on.
first
down
off,
there.
my name is Jeremy LoCicero, right? And met Ben here at Trosa, and we went through this 2-year program, and we got ourselves together.
Yeah.
Like my life was in shambles, living on the beach, homeless, boosting, doing all the crazy stuff,
Yeah.
just to survive.
Sure.
But yeah, so at one point I wasn't allowed in my dad's house, but I went down there to see my dad. And I went to the poker room, gambled a little bit, but like seeing some old friends, and it was good to be like able to give back to some people. Like I have a homegirl who's pregnant now, and like she always looked out for me. Like I got arrested one time, like right in front of her Airbnb.
Yeah.
I'm like, give me a cigarette before I go in. And so I got to the jail, and I'm like, called the bondsman. And I'm like, I know I'm out on 3 bonds, and I already had this whole story
Hell
worked
yeah,
up.
of course. Yeah.
And he's like, chill. She's like, your homegirl just cashed at me 100. You're good. You're on your way out. I'm like, word? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool.
That's what you want, dude.
Yeah. So then I've been in jail before and like had nobody, you know what I'm saying? Old girl that we know here that came from Florida,
Yeah.
she wasn't fucking with me too tough. So I had the free call. I was like, hey, how's it going? And I know she's got like, she's, she's tied in. So she's like taking care of her homies and shit in jail. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, it's cool. Like, I could use something to eat. And she's like, I got you, bro. And then I didn't come. So then I called back a couple weeks later on my free call. And I was like, it's cool. Don't tell me you're going to do it. Because, like, I look like an asshole sitting there waiting on it. She's like, bro, fuck you, dude. I did it. And she, like, pulled the shit up on her phone and said my whole government and gave me the confirmation. I'm like, oh, okay, you sent it. And then next canteen it came. So I was like, fuck. I felt like a dick.
Yeah.
But she always looks out, and we had a falling out because, out there.
Now she's like straight. She doesn't get high and stuff, or
No,
she
she's
did?
straight now. She's pregnant, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
dope. Okay, that's
unfortunately, her baby daddy is, in prison.
Piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know the guy, but I seen his picture and I was like, when I met up with her, I was like, bro, what the fuck you got?
I've been that dude. You
Yeah,
know?
oh yeah. It
Sure,
was you, but a Florida
absolutely.
version.
I've been that guy. So I mean, yeah.
So, anyways, so when I met up with her, long story short, it was good to see her. And then, I pulled out some money and I was like, her homegirl was there with her, and her homegirl was like, oh, you remember me? I'm like, bitch, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Let me check. We're friends on the book. I'm like, okay. So I looked it up and I'm like,
Was she a baddie?
well, her picture on Facebook's about it.
Yeah. Okay. Isn't that crazy?
I don't
how
know
that
what
works,
fucking
dude?
phone she's using, what filter she has, but that motherfucker is souped up, dog.
Yeah, dude.
She was like a totally different person.
Dude, I had this app on my phone, and it was called Airbrush, and the settings on it, I did it just to like put filters on my pictures or whatever. But you can go in and you can extend stuff so you can make your dick look bigger, and fucking if you want to make a chick look skinnier.
Yeah, you can
there's,
do your
this-
jawline up
Yeah,
and everything.
dude, crazy shit,
Yeah,
man.
I don't know how to work all that. It's
No,
too much.
it's wild though,
Yeah.
bro.
But so I was like, I don't know. I'm like, bitch, I don't know you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So we're talking and shit, and then and the girl was like, I met you over such and such, and then it clicked who she was. You know what I mean? I was like, bitch, I know you,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna get into all that. But I did remember how I knew her, and she
Not pleasant.
no,
Yeah,
absolutely
I got you.
not. Complete scumbag. But whatever. She just got married. Good for her. Congratulations. And so I hooked my homegirl up with a little bit of money. And it felt good to do that because now I'm
Yeah,
able
yeah,
to.
for sure.
Because I've been saving my money, which in the past I've never had any money saved.
Yeah.
And I got some money saved, and my homegirl's funny, dog. She's like, oh, what, you want to do a date? And I was like, what? I was like, no. I was like, bro, I've tried to hit a million times, and she always calls me girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh, you've told me about this girl.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
That's my dog,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So she's like, oh, come in here. If I bring the bong, I'm taking a shower, and I'm like, she's
You trying to get up in
yeah,
there.
and she's
Yeah.
like, bro, back up, and I'm like, what the fuck? You call me in here?
Yeah.
Or answer the door naked, like,
Yeah,
throwing
no.
mixed signals,
Teasing, dude. Teasing.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, I
teasing.
got you. That's what it is.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you're a girlfriend now, bitch. I have a penis. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so that girl was paying too much attention, so I was just like trying to slip her money. So I gave it to her, and she's like, "What's this for?" And I was like, "Bro, you always look out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're pregnant. Like, don't let me find out you sent it to dude. Like, that's for the baby. You know what I mean?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then, she hit me up like an hour later. She's like, bro, I just counted that. She's like, thank you so much. I'm like,
That's awesome.
yeah.
It's cool that you like now, like looking back. Like I got kind of not super similar situation, but I got people that are in jail and prison,
Oh, yeah,
and
dude.
I try to shoot them a little bit of bread when I can. You know what I mean?
I made the mistake of like, so every once in a while I'll look up, like you can do like where I'm from, Brevard County mugshots.
Oh, I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell
So
yeah.
I did it. And there was like 3 of my homies in there, and a couple of them, I didn't know them on the street, but like we did a year in the county together, and we
Yeah,
got really
yeah.
close. You know what I mean? So I hit him up on the tablet or whatever, and fucking bro, it never stopped. I'm like,
Oh, dude, it's awful, man.
I'm like, God damn, bro, chill.
It's awful. And I mean, yeah, I don't give them my phone number. I just like mysteriously
Yeah,
drop
that's
a
what I was
40
wanting.
on there.
I was
You know what
wanting
I
to do
mean?
that, but they through the tablet, right? The smart communications, so that's like a text message thing. They don't have your actual phone number, thank God, because then they'd be calling you. But I did put like one dude, you know what I'm saying? His family's in addiction, and he doesn't have nothing, and his girl is on her way to a program, so I put money on his phone.
Yeah.
Because you can put money on your phone where they can call you, but I just put money on his phone so he can call who he needed to call.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But that guy actually, and I don't feel bad, but like, I'm starting this new job and it's not my responsibility. But
To take care of
yeah,
somebody.
he hit me up. I didn't even look at the message. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I mean, you do your part and that's it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy to me, like, you get people see you're successful and whatever, and, the majority of people are like, man, congratulations, you're doing great. But the amount of people that also come up out the woodwork and just try to leech
Yeah.
off of you, bro, is nuts, man, for sure. But kind of take me like, okay, so you're from Florida.
I'm from Florida.
You're
yeah.
from Cocoa Beach, right?
Yeah, I'm from
Countdown County, baby.
Countdown 3, 2, 1, baby.
Yeah.
Yep. How
Okay.
you
So
doing?
tell me a little bit, like, just like what's the vibe down there? What was it kind of like growing up for you? Just kind of start there.
All right. Well, I didn't grow up there. I grew up on the west coast of Florida. But when I got to Florida, or to Cocoa Beach, Cape Canaveral, was like 20 years ago.
Okay.
And like I just got out of a program,
Yeah.
a Christian program, and
So you started young.
I started getting high. Yeah. So I started smoking weed and dibble dabbling at like 13, 14, and probably tried powder with my uncle at like 17.
Yeah.
And then, I'm 47, so in the 90s, the ecstasy and the rave scene was popping off. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, my mother had died. So my mom had died in a fire, and I had got some money. She was an addict too, fell asleep smoking a cigarette in her trailer, and she burned up in her trailer.
Oh my God.
On Valentine's Day, bro.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And like, so growing up, like, before I moved to Florida, like before I was a teenager, I lived in New York with my dad. We lived in Long Island, and my mom lived in California. So like, we were like pen pals, and I'd go out to California and see her, but we weren't close. But right before she died, you know what I mean? Like, I had saved my money up and bought a car, and so she had moved to Florida, Ocala, and we were like, reconnecting and getting our relationship going.
Sure.
And then, whatever. Unfortunately, she passed away, and I got some money. So, I thought I was the plug, fucking going down to South Florida, buying a bunch of ecstasy, and was in that scene. But I worked for UPS right out of high school, and I wound up hurting my back like really bad. And I had good insurance, so they like flooded me with perks and shit. And that's when my addiction started. Probably about like 19 with opiates. Yeah.
That's such a common
Yeah.
story you hear, especially from people that kind of like came up in the 90s and early 2000s. Me, by the time like I started getting high, it was just like, all right, you're smoking weed, you're doing a little bit of ecstasy, and then somebody brings heroin around, and you're like, all right, well, I guess let me try that. You know what I mean? So me personally, I went straight to the finish line. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
smoked perks or whatever, but I mean, it's like, it's always interesting to hear those stories because it's like a progressive thing
Yeah.
that kind of comes on.
I mean, I had like tried heroin. Like I'd been like we were at a club. I lived close to Tampa, so like Hernando County is just a little bit like another county or two up from Tampa. So that's where everyone was going to party, Ybor City in Tampa, and like so me and my buddy, you know, he was kind of dealing shit, but we got invited to this house party, and I was like, oh, she's like, oh, we made it, dude. We're going to the house on the stilts. Like, hell yeah. Like, the major DJ was going to be DJing at this house party. So we went, and somebody was trying to sell him some powder, and I wanted to do some boy, you know what I mean? Shit, grab some of that. But we, like, did it together. So I'd, like, tried it a few times, but it was really a progressive thing as far as, like, you know, getting a script of perks, doing that, and like, instantly liking that. And then that
Yeah.
same dude started, like, where I lived was kind of rural, like, kind of country, like some of the areas around here. Probably
Yeah.
like where you grew up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of country, you know what I mean? So actual, like, heroin wasn't around. Like, people were doing in the late 90s, early 2000s was
Like
more like
OCs and
pills
shit.
and shit. Yeah.
Opanas.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
back
yeah,
then it
yeah.
was like morphine, Dilaudid,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
shit like
On
that.
K8s.
Yeah, K4s and K8s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then it progressed, you know, and I do sort of bring heroin in. But yeah, I started off with perks, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, I went to a rehab lot. Anyways,
How real quick? How quick did it go from like, okay, I'm doing pills to the kind of next level of addiction or whatever for
well,
you?
because, you know, the pills are expensive.
Yeah, sure.
Right? And I instantly fell in love with opiates. And so, you know, heroin is way cheaper. And eventually, you know, being who I am, you know, a sociable person, whatever,
Sure.
I found a plug and fucking, I went straight to that. Because,
Yeah,
I
in
mean,
there.
it's not like today where, like, these kids are doing fet and, like, it has no legs.
That's crazy you say that because I was telling Jacob the other night, I was like trying to explain heroin and fentanyl.
Bro, it's so different.
Well, I mean, I remember like because I started on heroin, China White. That was all you could find in my city. Now this is like 2015, 2016, whatever. But you could do, and I mean, I was an IV user. I shot up, so you could use, you could do a shot of heroin, China White, and you'd be good for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And fentanyl, you're sick every 45 minutes, dude.
It's crazy.
It's terrible, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible for sure.
I remember the first time I seen a real point. Like, we were just getting, like, match heads for $20.
Yeah.
And you could do that a couple times, you know what I mean? It'd be good all day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then when I actually seen a whole point, I was like, oh my God.
Damn, that's a lot of
you can
dope,
do that
yeah.
much? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
dog.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. And it's especially just like so scary nowadays because it's like, brother, the amount of people I've heard that have just died
Yeah.
from like smoking weed or
Oh, it's in everything.
it's
right.
in everything, man. It's fucking wild for sure, and it's disgusting. But you know, back to you. So like, kind of in Florida, young, mom passed away. You're doing pain pills, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
But I always maintained. So, like, in high school, I worked on the golf course, and my friend's dad was a block mason, right?
sure.
And he was cool as fuck. Well, I won't say his last name, but his name was Ed. He had this big, he was like fucking, you know what I mean? Fucking big ass beard.
Yeah, yeah,
Always
yeah.
on the back porch smoking a doobie. He had this big fucking Chevy dually,
Yeah.
454. The dude was cool, right? And he let his kids smoke bud, but like, you weren't supposed to let me know. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
But
right.
we knew. What the
Yeah,
fuck, we
of
knew what
course,
the fuck's going
of course.
on. And I remember he come outside one day and he was like, "Are you fucking smoking on my back porch?" I'm like, "No, not fucking, absolutely not." He's like, "Let me see your lighter." I'm like, and fucking he lights up a doobie and he's like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" I'm like, "Oh my God, dude." He's like, he passed to me, you know what I mean? I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." So eventually he was like, "How much are you making on the golf course?" Right? And at this time, you know, I think I was still in high school, so I was like, it's like a 94, so I was making like whatever minimum wage was, $4.25 an hour, some bullshit, bro.
Damn. Yeah, that's crazy.
Right? So when we moved, my dad had lost his job. He worked for a company called Grumman, which is like they make shit for the government. And it was a good job. He worked there a long time, but they laid him off because they were paying him too much money. And you know, he started in the '60s. He started working there before he went to Vietnam.
Yeah.
So they found somebody straight out of college who they could pay less and do the same job, right? So when we came to Florida, we were like kind of not doing so hot. We're getting food stamps and shit, and he had to get his retirement early. So because I got food stamps and was getting reduced lunch, I signed up for this work program, and they're like, helped you get a job. So I got that job at the golf course. And then when I made it to 11th grade, made it to where when you took business class, you only had to go to school till like 11 or 12. And then you went to work and you got fucking school credit for that.
Damn.
Right. So dude's dad was like, I'll give you $10 an hour. You want to come, labor for me doing block masonry?
Oh shit.
Shit, hell yeah. So I started doing that. Being tall and skinny was good for like. I was the perfect build to labor.
Okay.
But then once I wanted to learn how to lay block, they were like, "You're too good of a tender, like, cause I could set everything up, bend all this, do everything that needed
You
to be
found
done."
your niche.
Well,
You were stuck in it.
for them, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You
Yeah,
were
I
stuck
could
in
keep
it.
everything going and making him money.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I remember like getting paid that first time, and so he paid you cash, right? And
Yeah.
like, so we show up on the back porch, and this motherfucker's got like a pound of bud
Yeah.
and a bunch of stacks of money. He's like, "How you won't get paid?" And I'm like, "He's like, let's see, you work 38 hours. That's $380. It's like you can get it all weed, you can get whatever you want." I'm like, I'll take an ounce of bud and the rest cash, bud."
Yeah.
So
Some mids or some gas?
back then it wasn't fire, but it was like,
It wasn't no brick weed.
no, it was some good popcorn nug, like some mids. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shit, dude.
Yeah. So, anyways, I learned how to lay block and was doing that in UPS, and then I fucked that up because I was showing up. I was working doing that during the day and working in the warehouse at UPS at night.
Yeah.
I was showing up fucked up. They sent me to rehab. I bucked early because I was going to be 21. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing that in there. And I had my homeboy come get me with my girlfriend. And anyways, I fucked it up. And then, whatever, dude. Like,
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
fucked it up.
absolutely.
But I always maintained. So, like, in my experience with addiction, like, you're able to maintain, keep a job, keep a place, put on a good look for the family or whatever for a while.
Sure. Yeah.
And
most
eventually
definitely.
that.
But I also feel like, okay, so in my opinion, there's two kinds of addicts. You got a addict that could lose his job, whatever, you know what I'm saying, out on the streets, maybe sleeping in the tent, whatever, but they still got hustle,
Yeah.
and that never leaves them, you know what I'm saying? And then you got an addict that has kind of been handed stuff their whole life.
Yeah, they're not gonna make it.
And and so like from my experience, I came across a whole lot more of the second type of addict than I did the first kind.
The ones that still had the umbilical cord to mommy and daddy.
Or, yeah, and they're just kind of like they're out on the street. They don't have anything going on.
No,
like,
zero hustle.
no hustle at all, dude. And it's like it pisses me off. I like see people like flying signs and stuff like that, and I'll give them money every now and again.
Oh
but,
yeah, I'm a sucker
like,
for
dude,
that.
'cause that is like I am too. But like in my mind, in the back of my mind, I'm like, bro, that is the fucking laziest hustle.
First of all, I could never fly a sign.
Me either.
If you see me flying a sign, I did it, but I got talked into it one time, and like people were like, "I'm unapproachable on that tip."
I know too many people in my city to
Yeah.
fly a sign. It'd be on Facebook or some shit like that.
Oh,
They'd be like, look at this motherfucker.
Yeah, when that fet hit really hard in my town, like there was a lady I was staying at her house, and I got really close with her son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And his stepdad was in prison, and his mom was a fucking complete shardtard.
Sure.
And so I got really close with this kid, but then like I started like blacking out on the Fetty, and his
Yeah.
homeboys would see me around town and record me and put me on TikTok and shit, and like it was embarrassing for the kid, you know what I mean? And which he just graduated. I seen it on Facebook. He looks really good, but
Oh, that's sweet, dude.
yeah, I'm not connected to him no more.
Yeah.
But and it made it rough on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, I don't think I watched some of the like K&A videos, the Kensington
Oh,
videos.
that's horrible.
Like, dude, I can't imagine like seeing myself
And
on
all
there.
that trank and all that bullshit that's in there, bro. These motherfuckers, like, this dude's hand is like all black.
Oh, dude, I'm
It's
gonna
like
do
a-
a whole single session, like episode of me talking about trank. I want to do like eventually. I want to do like I'm talking about like new drugs coming out, whatever.
It's
how
all
they're affecting people.
designer fuck shit, dude.
So like speaking on that tip, like you're from Florida, so like, did you ever fuck with the Flocka?
No.
No,
I've definitely got some ice that was, I don't know what it was,
sure.
but as soon as we goddamn spiked up, I fucking like instant shadow people in a bad way.
The worst.
Yeah. I was like, that's why he sold that to us for so cheap.
Okay, so you're working, you kind of are fucked it up. So like now, like let's take me to the lowest point in your life. Yeah,
All right, yeah. So I make it to Cocoa Beach.
sure.
I was in a Christian rehab, whatever. It's kind of like the situation we're in here to where like, oh, in my last program type shit.
Yeah.
Motherfucker that's a lifer in a rehab. And like, so there was a dude that it's a Christian based shit, right?
Sure.
I'm not gonna say the name, but so we'll say this dude was there before. So now the guy who's like running the shit, whose staff used to be in the class with him, right? So he makes him like in charge of our little work squad. Long story short, we got into an altercation, and like I'm new into Christianity and all this, and you know how I am. I kind of speak ill, and dude was like talking shit, and I was like, "You ain't said shit, homeboy. Like, what's up?"
Yeah.
I fucking like, "What's up?" Right?
Like he was on his Christian shit, or like
He was he wasn't on. He was just like on some like high horse shit. Like, bitch, you smoke crack, homeboy. Like, I fucking get high.
You know how that
On
gets,
heroin, right? Just because you're the leader of the work squad, you ain't gonna talk to me any type of way.
Yeah.
Like, tighten me up. What's up? So, anyways, we wound up fighting, and I fucked him up, and they kicked me out. So I called my pops, and he was like, "You're not." And I had never been to Cocoa Beach, by the way.
Yeah.
My dad was like always like his secret little spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can call for money once in a while, but like, stay on the other side of Florida.
Yeah.
I'm over
I
here
got you,
chilling. And so I was like, bro, I just got kicked out. And he's like, don't come here. And I'm like, I got a bus ticket to Cocoa. I don't know where the fuck that is, but that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
And he's like, we'll figure it out. And then I got there and I was like, it was early in the morning. I called him. And he's like, you motherfucker. He said, pick me up. So then, like, coming up over the bridges and shit, sun's coming up. I like see like the river and shit. Like, it's really nice, that area.
Yeah.
Because you have like, it's like, looks like a little island, but so you have A1A, which you've heard, Vanilla Ice, Beachfront Avenue.
A1A.
That runs all the way down to like Miami and shit.
Yeah.
So, but the mainland, Merritt Island, there's like a few bridges where you go over a couple rivers and shit, and then boom, there's the Atlantic Ocean. I was like, yo, what the fuck? And he's like, you're not fucking staying here. Like, just fucking whatever. You want
This
some
is my
McDonald's?
shit, dude. This is
Bro, we
this
got
is
some
my
McDonald's.
turf,
We
dude.
went to the pier. The sun's coming up. I said, oh, bitch, I ain't going nowhere.
Nah, dude. The pop up game is so real when you're a drug addict.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I
I know,
was
like-
all new, dude. I'm
Yeah,
like, hell
dude.
yeah.
The fucking you just have no plans, no idea what the fuck you're gonna do, and then just boom, pop up somewhere.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
part of
around
the
people
adventure,
who just
bro.
like really don't want to see you. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah, this motherfucker again. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I mean they're your parents, so they gotta love you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But they're like, God, I wish this motherfucker would go on somewhere. Absolutely, dude. I know how that is. So
Yeah, so I pop up there, and so I did good for a while, you know what I mean? Because I had like a few months under my belt, whatever it was, 5-6 months. And I got a job at the restaurant up the road, Perkins, and I met like, to me, they were younger. I think I was like, I was probably like 26 or so, but these kids were like 22, 23.
yeah,
They were all like surfers and like listening to like Slightly Stupid and sublime shit like that, like total beach vibe.
yeah,
And
cool.
it was different. I was like, I really got into it. And what's crazy is like they're all dating these fine ass bitches, you know what I mean, or girls.
You can say whatever.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Fine-ass
Yeah,
bitches.
these fine ass bitches, dog, and they're like playing video games, bro. Like this is when like poker really hit. So this is like 2003, 2004, right?
Yeah.
So like fucking wanting to play poker in the house and smoking bud or fucking, I'm saying, on the PlayStation playing Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, dude, lit.
And then these fine ass bitches want to go hang out at the beach, and they're like, "Let me get some bud." And they all, everyone was dealing a little whatever, so they all get a little bit of bud. And like, "Oh, we're bringing germs with us because want someone at the beach." So I'm on the beach with like fucking 4 or 5 baddies, bro. They're like, "Give me the sack of weed, roll us up some blunts," and they like take their bag of their top off to
Oh, yeah.
get the sun. They're like, "Put some lotion on us."
Yeah,
I
I'm getting
got
a
you.
vivid picture right now, dude.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got you,
yeah.
homies. And they're like, don't even
Yeah.
give a fuck. Okay, you're with germs. That's cool.
Yeah, that's it. It sounds like Cali. I don't
Yeah.
have much experience in Florida. I don't think I've like really spent any time down there, but like Cali's the same vibe.
It was cool. And, like, it wasn't like, I wasn't looking for dope at the time, but I didn't think that it was like too,
Hard to find.
no, I didn't think it was like really around because it's just the people that I had met, they were just like stoners and shit. Eventually they all got into pills and like some really good connections that I had made, like, with my tattoos, that the faces in my tattoos are friends of mine's faces. And I can remember this guy here, and I'll say his name, right? My buddy Justin Gibbs. One of the first guys I met there. He was he worked in the back of the kitchen, and he was like half Hawaiian, half Japanese. Super cool dude, like
Yeah.
my homie. And he's always like, "Why do you do that?" Like once I got into the pills, but then eventually he got into it because like he's working on the fishing boats because they have a lot of charter boats.
Yeah.
And I came back from another therapeutic community I did and ran into him. And I was like, "Bro, what's up?" And he's like, "Oh, dude, fucking so-and-so's down at the boat. Let's go see him and shit." But he just copped. And then when he took his hat off and I seen the pills, I was like, "Bro, what the fuck, bro? You guys are getting high off that shit?" And then, unfortunately, bro, he got, a hold of a bad batch or whatever the case may be. And he's no longer with us. So RIP.
R.I.P. dude.
Yeah, RIP Justin, man.
It's wild though, cause like, there's people I went to school with, or like went to middle school with, or private school. I was in private school for a little bit, military school. People I thought would never,
Oh, yeah.
never
Addiction
start
has
getting high.
no discrimination, bro.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
And now, like doctors, a lot of people that have money and they're accessible to the pills and this and that, they're all addicts, bro. It doesn't matter who
Oh,
the fuck
yeah.
you are, bro.
And I mean, like, this is like one of the reasons why I wanted to start this show is because like there's so many different.
Different addictions.
Exactly,
Yeah.
man. Like I want to talk to people that, got a fucking problem with gambling, sex, whatever.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Listen, we're addicts for life, bro. So you got to really maintain it, from saving money and then, wanting to I got on the sneaker thing for a little while.
So how do you check yourself whenever you like?
How do I check myself?
Because I mean, like they say, like, okay, an addict once they get off of one thing, they move on to another addiction.
Yeah.
So like for me, mine is fucking, and this is gonna sound, a little.
That's streetwear
But
clothes.
it's fucking shopping, dude. Like I love buying shit, dude.
Yeah, there's
You
nothing
know what I'm
wrong with
saying?
that.
So I mean, like I love buying shit. I love clothes. You know what I mean? But just kind of like with whatnot. You know what I mean?
You just have to be mindful of what you're doing, bro.
I had, and that's where I was. I was
You
like,
know
dude, I
what?
gotta get this fucking app off of my phone, or I'm gonna blow $4,000 on here in one weekend.
And then again, our downtime, you know what I mean? Like being in addiction, towards the end of addiction, it's like not even the getting high.
Yeah.
I like everything before that,
Yeah.
working some girl's phone, trying to get someone to show up.
It's the
to
lifestyle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything that's
100%.
involved into it. But then once you get the dope and you get high, it's like, but the whole hustle before that, dude.
We're just talking about
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Skating around Walmart, tweaked out of my mind at like 2 a.m, looking for a cash receipt.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I know all about it. So, okay,
Fucking-
kind of back to like lowest point. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I've heard you tell me stories like you were homeless and stuff like
Oh, yeah.
that. So, how did that kind of start off? And then, like, give me kind of a background of what that was like. I can tell you a little bit later about like what my shit was like.
Well, I can say that I'm gonna go back to so I'm working at Perkins, whatever. Then I got a job laying block, and eventually, bro, I broke my wrist. Believe it or not. So something usually, especially people that are addicted to opiates, like I had some clean time under my belt. Okay, I was drinking a little bit. I was smoking weed with the fellas, and if we go out to the bar, a little powder might come out. But like my addiction of opiates hadn't reared its head yet, because none of them were doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I broke my wrist, right? My nephews are from Tennessee, and they came down to see their grandpa for fucking, Cocoa Beach, come to Florida for vacation. And they were trying to skimboard. And if you know anything about skimboarding, really it's like for like the Gulf Coast has no waves. So that's like more a thing over there. But I know how to skimboard, right? But like these kids, so I met up with my nephews after work on the beach. And I had never seen this before, but these motherfuckers had like carbon fiber boards, and they were like riding.
Getting out in the waves.
Yeah,
and shit. That
dude.
shit's wild.
I'm like,
dude.
bro, what the?
Yeah,
that
that
shit
shit's
was lit,
crazy.
bro. So they're like, Uncle Jeremy, show us how to do that, right? So I'm like, okay, I'll show you, right? I threw the board down, and I'm running. I get on it, and fucking, whoop, it comes out from under me.
Yeah. Oh, and that's where the wrist
And I went to
comes
catch
in,
my
man.
weight, and my wrist,
Oh,
I
fuck.
snapped it in 3 places.
Yeah.
And then, being an addict and a manipulator that I am, allegedly, I might have told my boss that I hurt my wrist because I did hurt my wrist at work doing something I didn't believe I did, but now it was broken. And I wanted. He was being this old lady was being a straight bitch, bro.
Yeah, to get that comp, dude.
Straight comp. Yeah, let me get that comp, bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
get
wanted me to sit in my apartment for 24 hours with a fucking broken wrist before you took me to the hospital? You're dead because
Yeah.
now you can't drug test me. So whatever. I got a claim. And then so I'm sitting on my porch with my fucking cast on, and I had a school teacher that lived next door to me, and she had this dude that I didn't really introduce myself to him. But long story short, he found me nodded out like with a cigarette. So he like kicked my foot. And he's like, "Bro, what's up?" And I'm like, "What's up?" And he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Shit, fucking minding my business. What's up?" It's like, "Shit, I'm finna go get some OCs. What's up?" I'm like, because they just gave me some like Lord tabs. You know what I mean? I was just
Oh,
about
yeah,
out.
yeah,
But I'd woke the beast back up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And they like, well, I went back to another doctor and I was like, "Oh, like they're not working. I can't have Lord tab. I gotta have perks." And he's like, "Well, I'm giving you 20 more Lord tabs. That's what you're getting." And when I went to go fill it, the workman's comp kicked in. So I went to sign for it, and they handed me like this huge bottle. I grabbed the fucking bag. I'm like looking around, like I know that just by feeling the bottle that it's way more than 20.
Yeah.
I'm like, am I gonna sit up? So I go out to the truck, and I'm like looking around, waiting for like the fucking man to jump on
Yeah.
me. And I open it up, and it's like 120 of them. And I just,
Lord tabs.
Lord tabs, yeah.
Yeah.
So I grabbed a handful of them, whatever. So I met this dude, and we went to the fucking, it was crazy. Went to this Beanie Baby store. This is back in the day, right? So these fucking people had a Beanie Baby store. I guess that was like the thing or whatever. Like
Dude,
people
somebody hit me up on Facebook like a week ago asking if I knew
Where Beanie
anybody
Babies
to
were.
get some beanie. No, to get some off. I'm like,
Nah, dude, that
I
shit
told
is
him to
dead.
put them on eBay.
Yeah,
Like,
put them in the trash can.
yeah, I didn't know that. But I started looking some of them up, dude. Like, there's like a Princess Diana Beanie Baby.
Yeah.
Shit's like 11 grand.
Yeah, but it's rare as fuck.
Yeah, there's
It
probably like
wasn't
two
something
of
that
them.
was mass produced.
Yeah.
And you got to remember when that shit hit, as soon as something becomes a thing, they start mass producing it. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's so wild. Like, just to kind of go down a different road real quick. Like, trends back in the day lasted so much longer than trends now. Like, I got like a couple Labubu's or whatever, and that was like the hype for like 2 weeks. Everyone
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my god, fucking Labubu's," and now it's like no one gives a shit about them anymore.
Yeah.
I don't see anything on them.
Dude, by the time you order this shit and the guy sends it out, and you get it in the mail, the trend's over.
The trend's over with, dude. It's just wild, dude. And then
You fucking bought a Labubu, dude?
yeah, that one was like $70, dude.
Bro, let's cut it open. I heard that they got I heard they got microphones and shit in it.
They might, dude.
I found a fake one in the bin. I tore his fucking head right off.
I found one in the bin and gave it to Ashley.
Have you
That
s-
one's fake, but this is still
Have you heard that fucking there's like a camera and shit in it?
no. Don't tear the head off. that
I
one.
wouldn't.
Yeah,
It's $70.
Yeah, that
I'm
shit
not
was-
paying $70 for the sponsored by Coca-Cola and
We're
Labubu.
gonna have to blur that shit out, dude. Yeah, dude. But he's cool, bro. I fuck with him.
Yeah. So, yeah, I fucking dude. I wound up getting back on the train,
Sure.
and eventually, in Florida, there's doctors, and fucking, I got on that deal.
That was a big thing.
It's a big thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So my
pill-
addiction is fucking.
Pill mills,
My addiction is fucking going, bro.
full swing.
It's full swing. I'm working
Yeah.
on a casino boat. Dude, everybody, because all right now there's fucking pills everywhere. Everyone's doing Roxy's, right? Perk 30s, whatever the kids are saying. What's the new lingo? today?
Twitch or glitch for the Twitch.
Glitch for
You,
the
you didn't
Twitch.
see Kodak, dude?
He's fucking
Kodak,
He's
like-
smoked out, dude.
Dude, he like gets on a podcast. I can't remember what it was, and he pops a perk in his mouth, and he's like, "Just a little glitch for the Twitch."
Oh yeah, he
seen
was
that?
on Kai shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
he's
seen that.
fucking turning up, dude.
So I'm working on this casino boat, dog, and like working the slot machines, like paying out the jackpots and whatever. And as a matter of everyone on the boat is getting pills, bro. And so I was selling from the lady cleaning up the shit, like the housekeeper, all the way to the casino manager. I can go in there with a full script and it'd be gone. And I'd be like, "How many people are on the boat?" And they're like, "Oh, no." I said, "Can I jump?" You know what I mean? Like, if there's not enough people, then they'll cut some people for work. But I started getting. So I was going to the methadone clinic, whatever, and I went to my grandma's family doctor because he was like writing her morphine, before she died, and I was like, "Listen, bro, I just want my methadone, but I don't feel like paying $15 a day in Florida if you don't have a kid, like you can't get the Medicaid, you can't get the free methadone." So I was like, one point asking girls at the methadone clinic, like, "Yo, who wants to let me blow them up so I can get free methadone?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, "Nah, dude." So he's like, "Nah, I can't give you that because they don't make no money off of it."
Yeah, dude. So real quick,
Yeah.
uh, that's like a big argument I have with people, is the whole maintenance thing, because you got people that are like die hard for it, and you got people that are die hard against it. But the way I look at it is, I'm like, okay, so obviously, mainly opioid addiction. Obviously, opioid addiction started when it comes to pills, OCs, Oxycontin, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Fucking pills. You know what I mean? And it ended up being a fucking disaster. Everybody got addicted to heroin and stuff like that. Well, so you've got these huge pharmaceutical companies selling you
Yeah,
the
they got
problem,
their hand in both. Yeah,
and then they're selling you the solution,
well,
dude.
supposedly a solution.
Supposedly.
And the only thing it's doing is you're getting addicted to that.
It's some bullshit, dude.
I've been on methadone maintenance for like 6 years of my life, and if you do it the way you're supposed to, and then being an addict, you don't want to get past 60 milligrams because then it's going to block your opiates. And I'm still trying to get high when I get paid.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to maintain through the week, and then on Friday, I'm not going to the clinic on Friday. I'm gonna make sure that half life's out of me, and I'm going to get a gram of boy, dude.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get right. You know what I'm saying? But so this doctor was like, "I can't prescribe you methadone." I'm like, "Bro, I got a good job, I got an apartment. I'm doing my thing. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to maintain with I call it the crutch. You know what I mean? That's really what it is.
Sure.
If you really want to get off this shit, because at first you're still gonna get that good feeling, just like the situation in the program we just completed. Whatever the fuck that's called, that shot. I don't agree with that at all.
God, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what it's called.
Whatever the fuck it's called, it's bullshit.
Subsolve.
No,
Subsolve?
Sublocade.
boxing.
No, they're not giving them Suboxone. It's Sublocade.
Whatever it is, it blocks the shit for 30 days.
Yeah.
Or you can't get. But listen,
That's
they were letting.
for like a year.
Yeah, exactly. So I just met a guy last night over there because I like to chill and because that helps me.
Naloxone. That's what it's called.
It's straight naloxone.
Yeah. That's the.
That's the blocker.
Yeah, that's the fucking. That's what it is. It's a. But this is the thing that gets people is. You can't just give somebody naloxone if they're not on something. So what they're doing is they're getting people to use Suboxone or Sublocade or Subsolve for a week or 2 weeks, whatever, and then giving them the naloxone.
It's all bullshit, bro.
It's crazy, dude.
I've been addicted to opiates, or I was addicted to opiates for 26 years.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So like, I think it's bullshit. It's my opinion.
Sure. Yeah, it's my
Methadone, but it did help me to where I was able to go to work. I'm saying I worked with a lawn crew at one point, and of course, like I'm a little bit half and half. So like, me and my dad are like really codependent on the baby of the family. My brother's older, got a family.
Sure.
My dad's never been addicted in his life, so Daddy would help me as long as I had my shit. I was doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But then once, like you said, my bottom, then he finally had to cut me off,
Yeah,
and that's got to
cut
be
you off.
hard for parents because.
Oh, absolutely. I'm
See-
kind of the same way with my mom, dude. You know what I mean? Like, she cut me off 100%, but
Yeah.
it took a long time, and
Yeah.
I did a lot of bullshit.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
dad, he was kind of smarter when it came to the point where I was really fucking up, where he was like, "Look, dude, I'm not fucking with you." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And like me and him, I saw him for the first time in 6 years. I want to say it was 6 years at my GED graduation at the
Tap.
Durham Performing Arts Center.
Okay.
And it was wild, dude. Like, he looked completely different to me. Same, he looked the same, but you know what I mean? Like, just older. And like, yeah, it's wild. He had that capability. Was like, all right, he's fucking up bad.
Yeah.
I gotta cut
gotta
him
cut
off.
him off.
And it took my mom a long time.
Yeah, it's really hard for women, to be
Yeah.
able to cut because women have a different connection.
Well,
with
they
their
become. They
kids.
also. It comes a point where they become addicted to your addiction.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
And it's like
That's why they got that. What is it called? Fucking
Al-Anon.
Al-Anon, right?
Yeah. Yeah, hell
My
yeah.
dad's like, I'm not going to a fucking group. You go to your groups. I'm like, whatever, dude. You know what I mean?
My mom told me she was going to them at one point, and I'm like, why? You know what I mean? But I guess it helped her. So I mean, whatever. You know.
More power to her.
Yeah, hell yeah. So but I mean, look at us now, dude. Okay, so homeless. How did that
Homeless.
happen? How did the homelessness
You're
happen?
trying to get to the homeless thing.
Well, I
dude.
mean, like it's just crazy because I can relate so much
Yeah.
with it. You know what I mean?
The homeless thing, bro. It happens, bro. So like, whatever the pills, they got out of hand, and I wound up going to like. So I did a shot of powder, cocaine,
Yeah.
and I wasn't super strung out. I lost my grandma died. I lost a job on the boat, and that doctor wound up prescribing me Opanas.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that's the thing I was trying to get into. Like, so a lot of times these doctors aren't going to prescribe you shit unless they get a kickback. Now they took an oath to like whatever I don't know how to word it, but to be as politically correct as possible and give people shit so that they can maintain or not for money. You know what I'm saying? An oath to be ethical, right? And this motherfucker is like, oh, this rep just came in, wants me to push these Opanas. I get a kickback. You got insurance. I'm like, bro. So we look it up on the computer. He's like, well, a 40 milligram Opana is equivalent to 40 milligrams of methadone. So I was kind of tapering down off methadone. So I was doing 2 wafers, which is 80 milligrams. He says, we'll just give you 2 of those. I'm like, but the script's like $600.
Oh yeah, ridiculous.
But my copay is like $10.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, this shit ain't working, right? So he's like, okay, we'll give you 3 today. Fuck it, whatever. So I'm like doing those how I'm supposed to do it, and it's like actually working, you know what I mean? You're not getting high, but there's like no pain, and you don't have cravings or whatever. And when my grandma died, I was really close to my grandma. And I tried to sell some to some people, you know what I mean? And fucking, at that time where I lived, nobody knew what that was.
Yeah.
I couldn't give one away.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then I fucking, did my research and I figured out how to draw him up. And I was like, whoa.
It's a fucking process,
Oh my
dude.
God, dude.
gotta-
I met some girls that had like, bro, what the fuck is in your arm? She's like, oh, that's a piece of plastic. I'm like, from what?
Oh, probably.
That's like all Opana. I'm like, what the fuck, dog?
Damn, dude, I never personally like got into Opanas, but like I seen people like shaving them down and putting them in the fucking freezer and shit.
Yeah, that's all process.
It's so crazy. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
you
just
gotta be a mad scientist to
yeah,
fucking.
that's my word.
You walk into my apartment, dude, on the beach, like fucking. You could feel the ocean breeze, and it's like fucking 1,000 degrees in my apartment because I got the fucking oven, the burners on full blast.
Oh yeah,
With fucking 2 knives
cooking.
in there. Yeah, cooking,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, that's wild, man.
Yeah. So, eventually I got hemmed up with some crazy shit with going to all these doctors because I broke my arm. I did the shot of powder one night in this hotel. It was a crazy situation.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
That's that. That's the
Cocaine.
bee's knees of shooting drugs. Bro.
Yeah, well,
Go ahead. I'm
anyways.
sorry.
No, you're good. So, long story short, my homeboy was doing really good. He had $1 million house. He had the world by the balls.
Yeah.
Went to the bar, drunk, did him a little cocaine,
Yeah.
and his wife was like, "Bro, I'm not fucking with you." So now he's got this $1 million house, pulled his 401k out, and he's fucking going ape shit, bro.
Yeah.
So I went and took somebody to the doctor for him. We came back. He had this girl at the hotel while he was messing with some other girl, right? Of course. And so I bring the script back or whatever, but she's dealing with these homeboys. And they got like some Mex or whatever, some Spanish guys there. They got a big block of fucking cocaine. And they're like, the black guy's like, yo, you're a guinea. Fucking try this out. Be the guinea pig. I'm like, I'm good, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He called you a guinea? Did
Yeah.
he say that? Damn, dude.
Yeah, he's lucky I didn't say any slurs to him, but
That's so crazy. I've taken some humiliation to
yeah,
get some drugs.
I'm like,
dude,
okay,
for
whatever,
sure.
bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll be your guinea, dude.
that's cool. I'll do
Yeah,
it.
100%.
My homegirl's like, yeah, go ahead. She fucking putting a crack in the fucking pipe. She's a crackhead. She's not anymore, but she's not doing good. So, anyways, I take like a little piece, 2/10, weigh it up, put like, say I put 30 units of water in and it came back 60. So I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
He's like, what you mean? Like he didn't understand. I'm like, dude, this shit is fire, bro. I'm not doing it. It doubled back. I'm not doing it. So like then the Mexicans are like, oh, problema, problema, no problema, you know. I'm like, fuck it, all right, I'll do it. So I went to do like a little bit, and he says some other crazy shit, and I just fucking took flight with it.
Oh god, that's got to be the worst
Oh
fucking
my
place
god,
to
dude.
do that shit too.
Oh,
Dude.
and it was a bad like. And first of all, the situation was
Just a
fucked
bunch
up.
of cholos and fucking
Yeah, a bunch of Chicos, bunch of goddamn fucking homeboys,
yeah,
and goddamn, it was fucked up. So then I was like, oh shit.
yeah.
So I'm really scared that my heart's gonna explode. So I go to the mirror, and I'm like, mind over matter. You know what I'm saying? My heart's like, whoa,
Did you puke?
No, I did not puke. But I didn't puke, but I had bell ringing, and my heart was going so fast, I literally thought it was going to fucking explode.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking at myself in the mirror, and I get fucking hammer vision and then tunnel vision. And then I like Frankenstein over to the bed, and I lock up, and so I had a seizure. And I wasn't like super strung out, so I was still like decent size, and my muscles fucking snapped my humerus bone in half.
Oh my god.
It
dude.
broke my fucking shoulder, my humerus bone. Yeah, up here. I got a titanium right in my arm now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I come to, bro, and I'm like laying on the floor, dude, and like fucking in a bathtub. And my homie, like, he wasn't there. She had called him, and he's there, and I'm like naked, and my homeboy's like, well, some people are growers and some are showers. He's like, I guess you're a grower. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Peanut dicking, butt naked.
Peanut
fucking-
dicking, butt naked, arm broken.
Holy shit, dude. On the bathroom floor, in a bathtub.
Yeah, in a hotel.
Oh, my
Oh, not only that. How about this? So I don't remember this, but the girl tells me. So I'm flopping around like a fish.
Yeah.
And so like management comes up there, and there's like Chico's running out, homeboys running out, and she's like, what's going on? And I'm in the bathtub, bro, fucking flopping around like a fish out of water. And it's like, oh, we're just wrestling or whatever.
Wrestling.
Yeah, they're like ready to call the police and shit. So long story short, so now I got a free pass to the doctor, bro.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not good, bro. So I go to get surgery. I fucking come up out of surgery. I break that arm as soon as I get out of surgery. And the anesthesiologist is like, bro, like, so when you don't have insurance, they're not going to give you a full exam.
Yeah.
So like I went to the hospital and they like just took a picture like this. They never took a picture up here to see that it was broke. And they're like, oh, it was just dislocated. They put me in a sling and sent me on my way. So I spent the weekend like that. And I told my dad, like, yo, my shit's fucked up. So he takes me to an orthopedic doctor. And as soon as he does some x-ray, he's like, we got to send you to the hospital. Like, your shit's fucked. I got to operate on you. And when I woke up, I broke it again. And the anesthesiologist is like, look, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. He's like, I'm giving you more, propofol and anesthesia than I've done all week. He's like, you're definitely an opiate addict. I'm like, you think? So I'm like, how about one for the road, dude? So he hooks me up, and I go out to a main hospital in Orlando. And I had to wait a couple weeks, and they did this surgery, bro, to where like they barely cut into my arm. Like I got one little line here, one here, and they put a titanium rod in my arm. And so now I had to pass to the doctor, and me and that dude are like faking MRI. We're doing a bunch of dumb shit, and we're like picking crackheads.
Faking an MRI.
Oh yeah.
How do you do that?
Oh, it's easy. I mean, I can't tell you. I mean,
Well, I mean, just okay. You don't have to tell me, but like, give me some context on that. That sounds crazy as fuck.
well, yeah, I mean, somebody in the group has a legit MRI, and then you just
Alter it
alter it, fix the names. We're using the same MRI literally for
again
everybody.
and again and again.
Yeah, but then you get a relationship with certain doctors, and they know what the fuck's going on.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, don't give us a drug test. We'll do one the next time.
It seems like back then too. Like most of them were in on it.
They were.
Yeah. Okay.
They were.
Yeah.
So, like, you're picking up, my buddy, that guy smokes crack, so you're, like, picking up crackheads. You're, like, feeding them crack, and then you take them to the doctor. They don't want pain pills. And, like, so You get them to where they're jonesing, and you get them in there, and you pay for the script, and you buy it from them people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little bit more, but not too much more. And they come out with the script.
Did you ever hear the shit about like they were like busing?
Yeah. So
People
I
in?
went to so one time. I think actually the time that I broke my arm, he had sent me with a fuck. Check this out. He sent me. He's like, yo, you're gonna get it. So I thought I was taking like the new Tundra and all this shit, right? Because he had sold trucks for Toyota. But I wound up like having to take my own little fucking LeBaron convertible, right?
Yeah.
So I go down to South Florida and shit, and like for real, dude, there's like 2 charter buses, one from West Virginia, and one from Kentucky.
Wow.
And I'm like, yo, what the? So that's really what fucked everything up, because Florida was pumping out more pills than the whole rest of the country.
Well, they say, and you know, like I read a book about this, so it was called, I can't remember what the fuck it was called actually, but it was talking about how the opioid epidemic started in like rural West Virginia.
Yeah,
And that's
hillbilly
like,
heroin.
yeah, that's where it like started out.
is.
So it's crazy you said, but there was buses from like West Virginia, and obviously
Absolutely.
Kentucky's right next to it. So
Yeah.
that's wild, dude.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
they figured it was cheaper to like charter a bus,
yeah,
and you know what I mean, they couldn't get what they needed up there, so they just came to Florida to get it. You know what I mean? And they're out of state, which that shouldn't work anyways, but it did. And you know, eventually, I got involved in some crazy shit, RICO and all this wild shit, but then I wound up going to prison. You know, people get busted, they wear wires, you know.
sure. So real quick, because I mean, I've got experience with prison in North Carolina. You know what I mean? Which I mean, you go to some camps, it's turnt. You go to some, it's boring as hell. You know what I mean? But Florida, I gotta imagine, is just fucking off the chain.
Well, like I don't know how to compare it to up here, but like talking to everybody that I met up here in the program, they're similar to
Okay.
a certain extent, but like, you know, in Florida, it's broken down into regions.
Yeah.
So you have like South Florida is like region 1, and then Central is 2 and 3. I think it's 4 regions now. But for me, they always sent me to the Panhandle, so I was like way up, and that's like where
Like
you got
Tallahassee,
no way further up.
further up. Okay.
Yeah, like right by Alabama.
Oh wow.
So like Florida State Prison, they got a place called Gulf, which is in a county called Weewahitchka, but we call it Weewahitcha.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of like good old boys, like the fucking female COs are dipping. They're like, "Hey, boy,"
Yeah.
you're like, "What? Where the fuck am I, dude?"
So what's the vibe like in there? I mean, is it just like
What's the vibe?
I know? Okay, so were you
It's
ever?
a vibe, dog.
We've got K2. You know what I mean? That's like you're gonna see people twank out and do all this wild shit on
we
K2
call it gookin.
or red, right?
Well,
Smoking that red.
yeah, actually, I just got off the phone with somebody who is in a work release in Florida right now.
Yeah.
And so that was a thing. Like it was like substance, you know, like tangible, you know. But it's all paper now. He said,
Oh wow.
just
okay,
like it
yeah,
is
yeah.
up here.
So I went. Okay, the only time I saw like the potpourri shit
Yeah.
was at Bertie Correctional, and it was like some stuff like you hit it one time and it's like
Yeah.
in your ears, and then you're holding on to your fucking sink for like
Yeah.
30 minutes,
Then you go
dude.
surfing. That's what we call
Yeah,
it,
dude.
surfing.
Dude, I had a homeboy. So I was at Warren, which is like right on the Virginia line. It's like a medium custody camp, and I ended up getting busted back from there to closed custody. But I was there for like 6 months, and there was this guy named Dooney, and he was this African American guy, and he was like shot the fuck out. All
He was
did
from Africa.
he might have been from Africa. I don't know, but he ran the poker table, like the Bloods or whatever let him run the poker table. So he would run the poker table, but he was just junked out, dude. You know what I'm saying? All
Yeah.
he did was smoke K2. Well, the shit we were getting on the yard was some ass. It was like this black paper, and it was, I mean, it gets you high, but it was some ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no legs.
So we would sit around the poker table and stuff, and, you know, we play fucking dealer's choice, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Of course.
Low ball.
Low ball. I love to draw games. So
Yeah,
we're
suck you in, dude.
yeah. So we're smoking. Everybody's sitting around smoking this bullshit. Well, Dooney, rolls him up a blunt, you know, fucking coffee paper, starts smoking it, and we're watching him, and he starts
Oh yeah.
fading like this,
Oh yeah. He's feeling it.
and we're like, what the fuck, dude? I know he's not.
Yeah, where'd you get that, Dooney?
Yeah, this motherfucker out of nowhere projectile vomits
yeah,
all over the cards.
I've
dude.
seen it all, dude.
On the table of the cards. So then, like,
That's what you get for cuffing, Dooney.
well, look, so he was blood or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So have you ever seen like a couple people
No.
pull have you ever seen a couple people like get a dead deer off the road and like everybody grabs a limb and like carries it off the side? That's how his homies had him. There was like a homie to each limb, and he's just like fucking throwing up all over the pond. Well, the reason he said go surfing, it brought this back up because the next day I had this homeboy named 38 in there. And Dooney was fucking smoking. It was a morning time, like first thing in the morning. He's smoking over by his locker and shit, and it's bunk beds, and the lockers are in between. And he's hanging on to a locker like this. Yeah. And 38 looks at him and he goes, "Hi." He said, "Boy, you look like a monkey on a surfboard." That shit just reminded me of that, bro. That shit was funny as hell. Anyways, we're back to your story.
Yeah,
bro.
that shit's crazy, dude.
Up.
Smoking deuce, bro. Like,
Yeah.
motherfucker this is guy that used to, we could say, oh shit, fucking buddy's on his dirt bike. He'd just be like fucking, he's not on a dirt bike, but he's just like walking around the pod, you know what I mean? In Florida, most of the prisons are open bay.
Okay.
Some of them are like the older ones and shit are fucking behind a door, which I can't stand open bay because you're vulnerable, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And like you said, like a medium camp, this and that. Bro, I've only been to prison twice, but both times I went, I had like 30 months one time, 24 the other. Super low custody off rip. Mm-hmm. They sent me to a level 8. I'm in orientation, sleeping next to a guy that's fucking got fucking 7 life sentences. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Eventually you get to a dorm where it's a little bit more, but still, you could be in a dorm with fucking motherfucker doing an elbow and shit, and you're over there fucking crossing numbers off your calendar.
Yeah, dude.
You don't want to see that shit.
Nah, fuck no.
You know what I mean? You
ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah, you don't want to ever tell nobody shit. But anyways, dude's on his dirt bike. He's like fucking bang, bang, going around each bunk. He's like fucking bing, 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 trying to get a hit and shit. People stealing roaches. You know the deal. It's fucking wild, bro. Then people get get the Suboxone, get the eye drops. The fucking
yeah. That's a
shit's wild. But Florida prison is
sounds like North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm not affiliated or nothing, so
sure.
I let that be known off rip because I'm a neutron. You know what I mean? Like, I fuck with everybody, but I just never got into that. Plus, I'm too old. You know, the white boys came at me. Bro, I'm fucking in my 30s, bro. I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm not crashing out. I've seen plenty of people. I'm sure you have.
Oh yeah.
Come in on like a little goddamn. I'll walk through a little 1 year, 2 year. Want to get down with the homies, and next thing you know, they crash out. They're doing another 5-piece. Like,
oh, that's how all my homies are.
Bro, you fucking. That's dumb as fuck. I don't get it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it gets to the point where it's like, for me, you know, like I was in a gang, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, like, now that I got hindsight and I can look back on it and kind of be like, you know, what the fuck?
Yeah, what was I thinking, right?
Yeah, because it's like, none of them are around. You know what I mean? I got a couple homies, like, you know, my brother, Tennessee, like, that's my dog, you know? So, like, I talk to him. That's the only one I talk to. But bro's on the same type of time I'm on now, where it's like, okay, we're getting our life together. You know, he's getting married. He's got stepkids. He's raising, whatever. And, you know, I can respect that. Yeah. I can't respect people that are just constantly
they're fucking old men fucking still trying to fucking bang and shit. That's a young man's game to begin with.
Yeah, most definitely. I was never running around shooting people or doing nothing like that. It was just like it was literally just a collective of people that got high together and then went and did crime.
Pretty much. And you know, the real rules of that is you're not supposed to get high.
Exactly.
And all that shit. So from my experience, not saying that gangs are watered down. I'm not saying that. But from my experience, what I saw was like, oh, you get some money? You get canteen? What's up? We'll jump you in type shit. Like, what the fuck? That shit's fucking flaw as hell, but whatever. Yeah. You know, but, you know, prison was not as what everybody's like, oh, like it was fine. As long as you keep to yourself, you know, me being a bigger person.
No one probably really fucked with you.
No, you're going to get tried off.
Yeah, okay.
And you just go in the bathroom and fucking whichever crash dummy jit they send to you, you know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, you know what JIT is, right?
Of course.
All right. That's when I first got to Trosa. I'm like, dude, like, what is a JIT? I'm like, it's fucking.
They're not in tune, dude. I'm in tune, bro. I got my ear to the streets, though.
Yeah.
You feel me?
There's just someone under 26. You know what I mean? So they're saying somebody trying to get down to homies. Go try that big ass crack over there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like he's like, they try to steal something or whatever. I'm like, for real, dude. All right, let's go back there, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But once you get that established and they see how you move, because everybody's watching each other.
Yeah.
And once they see how you are, shit, like I'm not bothering nobody. I'm reading my book. I get my little $100. I want a tattoo. I want to get a little 50, a fucking some deuce.
Yeah.
And I just want to fucking sleep my time away. I might hit the yard and do a couple pull-ups, maybe.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My bunkie, you know what I'm saying? Juice, he's gonna fucking work the kitchen. He gonna get strapped down with fucking
Blocks of
77
cheese.
birds, dog.
Yeah, of course.
Come back, second-degree burns on him. We're gonna peel them chickens off, bro. We're gonna
Yeah.
set them bitches.
Yeah.
We're gonna fucking shoot fake sacks through the window.
Yeah.
And the dude's gonna throw us a bomb and shit. And then when he goes to smoke that shit, you got, bro. Because you can't see. It's just like a little flap to put your tray in and shit. But you throw a little folded up piece of paper with some fucking tumbleweeds out in the goddamn yard.
I worked in the kitchen for fucking almost a year and a half.
I refused to
Big
work in the
Marion.
kitchen,
I
bro.
loved it.
I don't like it because I'm not involved in that shit. So they put me in the kitchen one time. I was on a main unit. And it's like the main reception center in Orlando. And I'm like fitting to go home and shit, right? And they put me in there and, everyone who works in the kitchen is hustling.
What is it? Was it okay? So was it first shift or second shift?
It was first shift.
That was my dude. That I would have not. The camp I was at, it was a closed custody camp. It was Big Marion. It's like in the mountains, and it was so fucking boring because there was one like floor of the whole prison which we were on, which was upper H, and it was the only like normal custody pod. Everything else was this program. It was called an RDU program. So every other block was this RDU program.
What's RDU?
So it's like, you know what Icon is, right?
Nope.
Like 6 months whole time. Well, RDU is like this program, and you start off, and it's like when you start off, you don't really know when you're going to get to the next level of this program. So you're just locked back for 3 to 6 months.
But what is the program? Like
it's
drug program?
Something like that. It's just like a repeat. You're getting like repeat offending in the prison. You know what I'm saying? Like you continue to do shit. Okay, you're just fucking shit up. We're gonna send you.
So
to RDU
they're gonna
program.
send you to Icon or.
Well, RDU program is like a program. Like you go to school and stuff like that in the pod, but for the first 3 months, like you don't come out of your cell.
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah, you don't come out of your cell. And
so most of the prisons have cells.
Well, if
Like
it's a closed
two-man
custody
cells?
yard.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got closed custody yards. You got Bertie, Scotland Yard.
Scotland Yard. I thought that was in Ireland.
Maybe it's just called Scotland. I think it's just called Scotland Yard. Fucking Pasla Tank, Tabor City. No, I think Tabor City might be brown clothes. You got all these prisons. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and then
Maury.
they got the brown clothes, the green clothes.
So green clothes is minimum custody.
Yeah.
So that's like your cakewalk.
So are you like everybody's like on the same yard and like you might be wearing brown, I'm wearing green, so everybody knows I'm fucking lame as fuck and like I'm
No. They're different camps.
Okay.
So like the only time I ever went to green clothes, I went from Polk to Morrison green clothes, which was worse than Polk, which is like they call Polk Gladiator School. And I mean the dorm I was in at Morrison green
Is
clothes.
that like a JIT camp?
Yeah,
Gladiator
yeah,
School?
yeah. Well, okay, so I was in Edwards dorm, which is like 18 and, like if you're 18 or younger or whatever.
Do they make you wear a red hat?
No, you don't have to do any of that.
Yeah, they do that in
but
Florida. Like all the jits got to wear a red hat, so everybody knows they're fucking.
Juveniles or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, no, it's just, it was a mess, dude. But then I went to Spindale, which is in the mountains, because I was about to go home. And it was love, dude. Like my first day, it was like maybe 5 days before Christmas. So like this outside resource place, people came in and they brought like Kentucky Fried Chicken. So I went from
So do they
eating-
have private camps too, to where like you can get real food and shit? Because like in Florida now, they're changing them to private camps, to where like you could order chicken. Like some people came from other camps and like, oh man, they took all my shit. I had on some Jordans and this and that.
Yeah, no, I don't think I know a lot of them are privately owned, but I don't think that we've gotten to that.
So like there's a place called South Bay. It's in South Florida, and there's North Bay too. They're both private camps, and everybody like fucking just praying they get to go there because it's so
that's the
sweet.
spot, yeah.
Yeah, but it just depends on where you're at, what the vibe is. Like you can go to a camp, like I wound up staying at the main camp in Orlando, and fucking everyone's just walking around with their cell phone, like. And he's popping the door like, it's not our turn to go to yard.
Yeah.
That dude goes to yard, he comes back in, he's got a big-ass chicken sandwich, slides to the guard. Fucking do what you want. If you're there long enough and you know the guards,
Yeah, you're in there.
You're in there.
I
You
saw
know how it
some-
is. They don't get paid shit, bro.
I saw something on Facebook, and it was this guard at some prison. He got put in jail.
He
because-
was selling chicken wings.
Yeah, he like habanero chicken,
$15 a wing.
mango
dog.
habanero chicken wings.
Yeah,
dude.
it
He was
sounds
selling
like $15 a wing.
Yeah, dude,
Bitch, fuck you. You're taxing.
like a motherfucker. The weirdest.
Where's the white shirt? You're fucking this guy's dirty, dog.
This dude's some bullshit.
Get him out of here, bro.
$15.
$5 maybe. 15.
Yeah,
No.
I'd pay $5. I'd pay
Yeah,
$5
hell
for
yeah.
some mango habaneros, dude. For
Let me
sure.
ask you this, right? So, is there female COs giving the pussy up for like 50, 100 cash up? Because that's going down.
100%. I'm sure. I wasn't balling hard enough. To
No,
get
me
any
neither. I didn't get no
pussy.
wire money. So you gotta work the system. So like, if I'm getting $100 canteen money, that's gonna take care of our canteen. So I gotta make friends with somebody whose people are sending some wire money because you get do a lot more things.
Well, it's like my experience is like the people that are like really fucking with the guards. Like it's like a weird jealousy thing. So like if I had like an L and I was in prison or
Yeah.
something like that, yeah, I would try to push.
Right,
it.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like no, not where I was at. Like I didn't see it happening, which
Yeah.
is probably a good thing.
Right.
But I'm sure it happens. But yeah, you got to be on ball.
Yeah, there's some crazy shit going on. Like, I ain't goddamn gay. I'm just, what I'm saying?
I seen a lot of that.
Bro, you're fucking, listen, if you had one in your mouth or yours is in somebody else's mouth here,
Yeah.
you're gay, bud.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I saw a lot of that, dude. And then so when I was at Polk, like the big blood guy there, his homies caught wind that he was sending notes to a punk or whatever, and
Yeah.
yeah,
A booger.
and they were like love letters, dude.
Yeah.
And they were
like
putting
fully
them
on
blast.
in love with him.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts.
Ready to fucking wet some shit up over it.
Yeah, hell yeah. But I mean, like once you're
But that's not cool in the affiliated world, is it?
I think there's a blurred line there, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know. Luckily, I can say I didn't know any homies that were involved, but I saw a lot of.
I'll
stuff
tell you.
going down.
I'll say this though. So like, you be observant, you see what's going on, right? So there was a punk in our dorm, right? Diamond.
Diamond.
And Diamond, listen, Diamond was getting fucking money, dog.
I'll
Like,
believe it.
he was hustling on fucking every corner. And so, like, somehow we became friendly. And I was like, look, I'm saying? I don't swing like that. And he was like, oh, whatever, dude. Like, I'm going to fuck with you on that tip. Okay. And he, like, doing his fucking thing, bro, right? So I remember I'm getting tattooed on my side, getting the chick on my side. And I'm, like, getting tattooed and shit. Like, someone's holding my hand. And I'm like, if you don't get your fucking motherfucking hand off mine and shit, but
I'm just checking on you.
yeah, I was just making sure you're okay. I'm like, he had the tattoo that said "Paper Chaser." Fucking it had like this fucking stick figure like running.
Oh, that's hard, dude.
Yeah, it is fucking pretty hard.
I definitely got a love letter one time.
Did you?
Yeah, first day in the pod at Warren, I came in there and.
Dude, you're a white boy. You got blue eyes.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, they're fucked
This
up
little-
at you.
Oh,
Dog.
dude, let me pause for a second. Don't pause the podcast, but let me pause and tell you this because I had a super ego boost today. We were checking out, and there was
shit.
two older black ladies while we were
Dude,
checking
listen,
out.
they
Dude,
are
hold on.
fucked up about
Dude,
white boys
listen.
around here.
She was like, I'm like, I look over. She's like, he is so handsome. And I'm thinking they're talking about Jacob because Jacob's this, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Good looking.
Abercrombie model, dude.
They were like,
She said, "Look at the tattoos."
she said, I've been looking, and then her friend's like, I've been looking at you this whole time.
Oh shit.
It's straight ego boost, dude. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
50-year-old black lady?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I was like, "Fuck you, bitch."
Yeah, you should have seen my mugshot. I just
Yeah, they were
posted
like
on
not
Facebook.
feeling Jacob at all, dude. I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Dude, listen, they're not aggressive, but they're really assertive around here.
They
I've been
are.
at that Food Lion over there down the road and like just mind my own business. And, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm like super thick black chick, like I'm like, but I'm not, it's not my skilo, so
Like the white
I just be cordial and like
Yeah, you
it's
gotta
ego
be.
boost. Like, thank you.
I
appreciate-
blushed, dude.
I
I started
appreciate it.
blushing. Luckily, I got the beard going, so they couldn't see the full
Super,
blush.
yeah.
I was like,
See your rosy cheeks.
yeah, dude. I was
Looking
like,
like Santa Claus.
yeah, I was like, damn. I hope they ain't see me blushing.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a fact. But nah, Yeah, dude. So, anyways, prison.
Yeah, prison. Anyways, yeah. So you get out, like, oh, I'm gonna do good. I'm gonna do good, and I
Rarely
fuck
happens.
up. So basically, like this last time I got out in 18, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fucking do good and all this shit, and I got a job laying block, making fucking super good money, building like so on the beach. They can't build anything over 5 stories no more because then that's blocking the view for the rest of the town. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? But like in between Cocoa Beach and Satellite Beach, which is there's all beaches, any Atlantic Beach, and then you got after that's where what is this YFN Melly or what is his name?
Yeah, YF and Melly.
Yeah, that's an Indian Atlantic Beach and so on and so forth.
No, it's not YFN.
Whatever, Melly Mel, what is his name?
YMW Melly.
YMW. What does that
Yeah.
even mean?
I don't know, dude. I'm not even gonna guess, man.
Okay, so that guy,
Yeah.
murder on my mind, and he's like the next beach. So, anyways, they're building these 2 10-story condos, and I show up fresh out. I'm like, hey, who's doing the block around here? And he points me to the guy, and he's like, you ain't a thief. And I'm like, not anymore. And he's like, you ain't a crackhead. And I was like, nope, never did crack. He's like, all right, you're hired. And but as soon as I got that first check, bro, you know what I mean? I went and got high, and then I wound up meeting a girl who was like fucking, and then that had changed, right? So the little from 2016 to 2018, there wasn't dope boys no more. Everybody was a dope girl. I was like, yo, what the
Yeah,
fuck
that
happened,
was
bro?
wild. Yeah.
So I didn't know her.
Yeah.
So somebody that had known, and R.I.P. Chris, he's dead now, which a lot of people are dead. But this guy never been in trouble. Fucking, he knew this girl, so I had to give him my money or whatever, and but I gotta take care of him. You know what I mean? That's getting old after a while.
Sure.
So I'm like, yo, I want to get a decent amount, but I'm not giving you all this money, even though I can stay in your apartment. There's some scumbags that won't even come back to their own place until
Yeah.
all your shit's gone. So I'm like, I'm fucking going with you to meet up with this bitch. So it's like behind this laundromat, and there's like where I live. They're not there anymore, but there used to be these lodges, right? So you can like rent a room for like $150 a week, and there's like a communal bathroom and shit. Yeah, it's fucking wild as fuck. They're all over the place. They were.
Okay.
And so she comes up out of there, and I'm like leaned up against the fucking laundromat, and there's a bar right there. And she's like got dickies on, bro. So some of these bitches or girls, whatever.
Is she like a stud?
So listen, they all have multi personalities,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
So that's one of her personalities. She's a stud.
Okay.
So she got like a wife beater on with no bra, fucking
shit.
slides, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a bandana, I don't know. And so she sees me right away.
Yeah.
And she's telling Buddy, like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I told you not to bring nobody and shit. So I, me, like, fuck shit, I'm walking up. Like, my bad, bro, but like, I'm not giving dude my money, you know what I'm saying? She's like, who the fuck are you? She's like, looked me up and down. I was like, oh shit, I got
Yeah,
this.
it's on, dude.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, by the way, I just touched down, blah, blah, blah.
Laying it on thick.
Yeah. And then she's like, all right, whatever. So she hooks us up. Then we meet up with her another time and shit. And, oh, no. So I get something somewhere and I'm going into the bathroom. It's okay to do it. And I'm like coming around the corner and she's coming around the corner and like, boom, we run into each other.
Yeah.
And she's like all dolled up.
She looks like a girl now.
Yeah. And I'm like, she's like, what's up, homie? And I'm like, who the fuck are you? She's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's fucking dinner. I go, oh shit, what's up, dog?
Yeah.
She's like, oh shit. She's like, you ain't gotta fuck with Chris. And I'm like, get my number and shit. I'm like, psh, lock it in, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I got. I'm like, I'm good. And she's like, well, I got some ice. It's really good. Let me go in the bathroom and make you some. It's really good. So I'm like, all right. So I go in the guy's bathroom.
Yeah.
I do my thing. Fucking in there, I tart out.
Yeah.
Come out like fucking an hour later. Fucking she's gone.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened, dude? Meanwhile, hours passed.
Yeah.
And so eventually I link up with her and shit, whatever. And so she was like pushing major weight. And she wound up getting a trafficking charge, left me with a bunch of shit. But that eventually I fucked that up.
Sure.
And before I fumbled the bag, I had met my friend that that's here. And got with her and whatnot. And, after a while, like not working. And at that time, like, you know what I mean? sometimes you meet females, and it's a lot easier for a female to get money.
Most definitely, sure.
And you know, even though you might say "I love you" and shit, you're allowing them to sell their body or do whatever, finessing people to get money.
Yeah, but you don't think about it when you're getting
No,
fucked up.
no, but like I mean,
absolutely
when you're
not.
out there sitting out on the stairwell at the hotel, you're like, man, what the fuck? You know, like,
Yeah, how did it get to this?
Yeah, what the fuck's going
I've
on,
had
right?
a couple girls like that.
yeah, but then once fucking the D's done
Like,
and
all right,
then
let's go
dope's
get on
there,
it.
like
Yeah,
fucking
fuck
yeah.
it.
But you know, eventually, they get
I just thought the worst was like when you had a girl and you knew she was doing it, and then the dope dealer like finishes or whatever he does, and then tries to like will bro you. You know what I mean? Like, all right, dog.
yeah, that ain't happening, bro.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
getting smashed first quarter. I don't
Yeah,
give a
that's
fuck.
how I was like when I first chick I got with that was really getting high. She I was young. I was like probably like 19,
Yeah,
and I didn't know what she was doing, but I kind of knew what she was doing. But I
Yeah.
was so
You didn't wanna
new
know,
to the
yeah.
whole. Yeah, I was so new to like the whole scene. I didn't really know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
But now older, obviously, I can like look back on it, and she's doing great now. You know, I'm not gonna say her name, but she's doing really fucking good. So,
yeah.
congrats to her. But I mean, you know, like at the time, you're like, dude, what the fuck? How did it come to
Yeah,
this?
it just gets to like such a shitty fucking point in life to where like every day you have to hustle up $400 or $500. You got to pay for the room.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay for y'all's habit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to pay for food. You ain't got no fucking car, so now you got to pay for Ubers and
Yeah.
fucking whatever. It's fucking fucked. I'm so glad I ain't got to do that.
It's nice, dude.
Yeah, I mean, got out of jail. You know what I'm saying? My friend bonded me out. I'm like, hell yeah, get out of shit. Boom. Not even 12. Dude, the same shift is there that released me. And I'm coming back in the book, and they're like, did you just get released this morning? I'm like, man, I don't want to hear it, dude. You got a bag lunch?
Yeah,
know what I'm
I've
saying?
been there. Yeah,
But,
yeah, I've definitely
Yeah.
been there.
so, eventually, you know what I mean? No matter how tight you are with somebody, like, if you ain't got to hustle, you can't rely on the other person to take care of you.
No, that's facts.
So eventually, you know what I mean? That person had to go find the bigger, better deal, whatever the case may be, or take care of herself without fucking a leech on her. And so, yeah, I was homeless, and then I had to figure out my hustle because I had a little bit of hustle, but not really. But like, there's a lot of bicycles and shit around the beach.
I stole some bicycles.
A lot of rich
Yeah.
people, bro.
We had a bunch of mountain bikes where I'm from. So
We got beach cruisers,
yeah, okay,
$600-$700, big fat tires, nice shit.
yeah,
Don't give a fuck what kind of lock you got on it. I'm popping that bitch.
sure.
You know what I mean? And then you learn how to do the receipts at Walmart. Like so. I was always like, back in the day, like the throw off. You know what I mean? Like we go in a store, and if I'm high, I'm touching everything everywhere, anyways, and like. Loss prevention is on me. Meanwhile, my homies are fucking getting their ass, and they're out in the car waiting.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point to where like I didn't have a hustle, and I had to figure it out.
Did you ever do the weird shit where you would go into
No,
a
never.
Nah, you'd go into a store and like pretend to be on the phone?
No, that doesn't work, dude.
Dude, at all. But I used to do it every fucking
People do
time.
it all the time.
I used to do it
And then
every
you like
time I'd go in
fucking.
the
So you're
store.
on your phone, right? I see bitches doing it all the time, or girls, whatever, bitches, and they're like, "Ho, you are not on a call. All you see is this. Like I did it or black screen. God damn, bitch, you are dumb as fuck."
Dude, I used to be in like Goodwill, and I would be like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
dude.
you know what's going on. I'm just here. I'm
Yeah,
blah blah blah, just saying the dumbest shit."
So Goodwill has a policy. I don't know if you know this.
No, I don't because
Yeah.
I did some dumb shit. in
Listen,
Goodwill.
if
Yeah,
you
though.
take an outfit, just leave an outfit. It's not stealing.
Oh, then I've done that a bunch of times.
That's what I would tell myself.
Yeah,
Bro.
so cool. I guess I mean, I definitely stole some shit from Goodwill, but that was like so. When I was homeless, I lived on this road called Tunnel Road in Asheville. So it's like all you've got like this strip going this way, and then at the end of this strip, you got a strip going up this way. So this strip, it's like the Asheville Mall, Best Buy, Lowe's. It's a booster's paradise. Then up on the hill,
One stop shop.
yeah, you got up on the hill over here. You got Ross, TJ Maxx,
Hell yeah.
and then you got the mall, and then
Where's Michael's?
Michael's is where
I got to get some Joe Penn things.
no, so nobody. I touched my because okay. Then up on this side, if you go back this way, there's Target, Dick's Sporting
Dude,
Goods,
Target
Michael's.
is hard to steal from.
Dude, when we started, it was real easy.
You have to fucking be in and out like that, bro.
Yeah, they're on it, dude. The only place I ever got arrested boosting shit from was Walmart. That was the only time. And the drug dealer left us.
Yeah.
And it was me and my buddy Austin, and we went in, and he stole like one of those like tower computers, like the Razer joints, the gaming computers. I stole a bunch of stupid shit like a fucking scooter, like an electric scooter, like dumb shit. And we get to the
You know it was a hoverboard.
I did steal a hoverboard at one point, but we get to the exit and our ride's gone. So we take off, whatever.
Just left you high and dry, just with your dick in your hand, pissing in the wind.
Fucking asshole, dude. So we get to the end of the parking lot and the cops are there.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Just waiting on you,
He's like,
bro.
stop. And I'm like, fuck that, I'm running. So I take off running.
Yeah.
I get maybe like,
Stop. Who does that?
yeah, I get like maybe 30 feet and they goddamn tackle me to the ground and fucking, I'm going to tase you. I'm just like, fuck it, dude. You got it, man.
Yeah.
I was so sick in jail.
You gotta put up a little fight, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who just fucking puts their hands behind their back and like, okay, I'm good.
If I was in a
You
car,
got me.
I would never stop.
Yeah.
I would never stop.
I got a homeboy that, like, when I first met you, I think I told you this, like, and that's the guy who actually just hit me up today from jail. Like, you guys are like, listen, so much alike. It's not even funny. But
Yeah.
if you're in the car with him, dude, and you guys get lit up, put your fucking seatbelt on because he is not stopping.
No, that's how I was, dude. And it was so crazy because it got to the point. I don't know if it was like the meth. I think it was the meth. Because the meth would
It had
have
nothing to do with it.
Well, it had me so it had me so zeroed in.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
like it was like
Dialed
dude,
in, dude.
I've played so much Midnight Club and so much GTA that I know what the fuck I'm doing, and I just goddamn
Wrong city,
dude. Dude, I bought a stolen U-Haul F-150 off of somebody, and we stripped all the stickers off of it, got the low jack off of it, fucking spray painted the whole thing black, and I was riding it for like probably 3 months. Now the thing that sucked about it was you couldn't go. It had a governor, so you couldn't go above 80 miles per hour.
Oh, yeah. It's like our work truck.
Well, yeah, exactly. So it had like these dumbass multicolored Arizona plates on it. So I went and bought a license plate for a truck off of one of my buddies, and I put it on the truck, whatever. Well, I was about to put it on the truck. Cops pull in. So I fucking take off. Boom! I take off in this truck. It's pinning at 80. It's like fucking going like that. You know what I'm saying? Get away. I pull into a Aldi's. Behind the Aldi's, me and this girl jump out for some reason. We jump out. We take off running. Bro, this chick was like face planting into briar bushes, just like getting fucking scratched to hell. We're right behind this strip club called the Treasure Club in Asheville. And we're running all through the woods, whatever. Dropped all the dope, lost everything. It was miserable, dude. It was one of the worst experiences of my life, but I got away.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I got away.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta go through some crazy shit to get away.
Absolutely. But
And sometimes, bro, I've gotten arrested to where as soon as I get put in the cop car, I'm like, dude, turn the AC on. And like, you don't want to be arrested, but you're so fucking tired.
Yes.
And over it.
Yeah.
And like, I remember one time I was like, thank you, bro. And he's like, dude, I'm arresting you. I'm like, dude, do you got a cigarette? Can we smoke a cigarette before we go in? He's like, I got you. And like you saved my life, dude. I was on like 1%, and there was nowhere to charge up at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, I've been there, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was sitting at that Best Buy on Tunnel Road, and I just stole something out the store. My dumb ass, me and this girl and another guy were getting high right on the side of the building.
Of course. Why would you
And
leave?
sitting down, we didn't have a car or nothing. You know what I mean? So we're sitting down. I'm homeless.
Probably
at this
whatever
point.
you boosted, the drug dealer just met you there.
Yeah.
We're getting high right here. I
So-
don't give a fuck where I'm at.
No,
I'm
me
high.
either. So my best friend growing up in middle school was this kid named Corbin Croft, and he's a APD officer now. But like growing up, his whole thing was he wanted to be a cop. He used to be like, dude, let's go hang out at the Biltmore Forest Police Department with the cops, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, fuck that.
What?
They hated me, dude. They hated me. So I'm like, dude, fuck that. You know, you do you, bro. So we ended up branching off and like going our separate ways, obviously, but he became a cop.
Yeah.
So I'm on the side of this Best Buy or whatever, and
He pulls up.
well, a cop pulls up. He's like, I take off running. Boom, I take off running. He's like, Ben. And I stop, and I'm like, what the fuck? and it's Corbin, dude. And he puts me in the back of his cop car, and he's like, "What are you doing, man?" He was like, "You had everything you wanted growing up. You had all the potential, all the opportunity to do whatever you wanted. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man?" And
You
I'm
just
like,
lost your way for a second.
"Yeah."
That's all.
And I told, and he was like, "I just hope you get right, man." Blah blah blah. And I was so thankful that he took me to jail that time because that was a time that it wasn't the time I came to Trosa. And for those of y'all that don't know what Trosa is, Trosa is a 2-year program. Whatever, we both went
Yep.
through it.
Therapeutic community.
Yeah, sure. So, anyways, long story boring. I fucking that was when I really started getting my mind right to the point where I'm like, all right, I got to do something different because I'm fucking tired of living like
Yeah.
this.
I mean, dude, being homeless and all that shit, I just got to a point to where like, and ice is super cheap. Like that's not my drug, but like I'll do whatever. I'm a drug addict.
Sure.
And ice had fucking warped my mind, like you were saying earlier. Have you ever done any flocka? But I don't think so. But I know for sure that a lot of the ice I was doing had to be bath salts or something because I was fucking connecting dots that wasn't there, and I was super paranoid, and people follow all the bullshit. And I just got so low to where I didn't think that my mind would come back that I did that much damage.
Yeah.
And nobody would fuck with me, bro. I could be out there with a pocket full of dope in the hot sun, like trying to like just, hey, bro, let me come to the apartment and chill for I got some dope now. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna twack out. I'm gonna fucking knock everything down. I'm probably gonna try to take something and not want to leave.
Yeah.
And nobody wants fucking 6'3" dude fucking acting crazy and not want to leave. So I mean, I'm grateful for the opportunity to come to Trosa. I would never came. You know what I'm saying? Unless my friend, tricked me and said, if you love me, come up here. And so I did that. But, once I got here and seen what it was about, I've been to 7 or 8 programs. I've been to probably, including ones in prison, maybe 3 or 4 therapy communities. And so I knew what to expect, but it was like, and I was so embarrassed, bro.
Yeah.
I had so much shame and guilt. Like, I couldn't get clean in my hometown because I didn't want to get clean and then people be like, I know who the fuck you are. Like, you're that scumbag. No, I'm not that guy anymore, right? So for me, it was like coming up to North Carolina, starting new, being able to leave everything that I'm ashamed of and all the bullshit that I've done at the airport in Orlando and come up here.
Clean slate.
Clean slate. And like, when you met me, like, I'm laid back, I'm cool to vibe with. Like,
Yeah.
and just embracing what that program had for us, doing what they asked of us, getting in a little trouble, bumping your head here and there, and then really just focusing on doing what you need to do.
Yeah.
And then, like, shout out to Steve Hill.
Yeah.
Like, I did a 30, at this program we're at, if you get in trouble, you have to do a 30-day contract and you got to, like, clean up, work 15 hours a day, whatever, slave labor, it's cool.
Yeah.
That's part of the deal. And I had to do that at Gold Kiss, the lawn care place, and like, I still like I didn't have confidence yet, and to like really say, well, you know what, I got to do this. I'm doing it. And then for Steve, even though he's doing it for his own benefit,
Sure.
he boosts your head up. Oh man, you're doing great, man. Fucking da, da, da. And that gave me the confidence. And then when it was time, he's like, I want to keep you. What kind of crew do you want to be on? I'm like, well, you know what? This guy's about to leave. I want to run a hall crew. Really? I'm like, yeah, I don't want to cut grass. I've cut grass my whole life. I like cutting trees down, doing mulch, shit like that. And for him to fucking put me in that position and to where now, like, I'm over guys, but I'm like showing, like, Skeeners, I'm like showing him how to do it, leading by example.
Yeah, you were my crew boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
little
then, like that helped me out, dude.
And then I took the crew.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. And so, like, each step, right? So then you get to a point, where I got rid of the Hep C.
Me too.
Got some partials because I had some teeth that were fucked up.
Yeah.
The police kicked them out, whatever. And then I got my CDLs. Now it's time to go get a job. And like, still, your past constantly is right there. You can't escape your past. It's part of who you are. It's in the past, so it's history. You can't change it.
Yeah.
But you have to be accountable for it. You know what I mean? So
Well, you got to be accountable, and you've also got to learn how to integrate, yourself into like an average, normal, everyday life, but still be you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where like I feel like personally, like a lot of people get shit misconstrued because they go to these programs, whatever, they get out and they're like, I got to get a job and I've got to completely change who I am to fit. No, you got to be yourself. You got to be who you are.
You always have that core person who you are. You just got to fucking subtract the bad parts of yourself.
Absolutely.
But your core being who you are, like, if you're a compassionate guy, like, I'm a compassionate dude. I'm a sensitive person. Like, all your good attributes, whatever they are, you got to keep that and then build on that to be a better man. You know what I mean? Like, so it's time to get a job, and the green zone thing. Like, I really wanted to do that. I know toward the end here, I fucking hated it,
Sure.
but I got a fucked up past, bro. Like, I didn't become a felon until I was 30, but I've got like 23 felony convictions.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And they only do a 7-year background check, but thankfully, the recycle company that you still work at and that I was working at was able to overlook that. As long as your license is good, they let you work there.
Yeah, dude.
And I was able to save money and do all that. You know what I'm saying?
And not, dude, not to have a fucking suck fest going on, but dude, like I followed in your footsteps a lot, man. Like I looked up to you a lot.
Suck fest. What do you mean? That's just part of what we're supposed to be
absolutely,
talking about.
but no, I mean like
Fuck all that bullshit. you
Yeah,
wanna
of course.
talk about.
I'm just joking, but dude, no,
Suck your ass out of your own podcast, dude.
no, but I looked up to you a lot, man. And
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people look up
yeah,
to you,
and like I don't know if you noticed, but like I followed in your footsteps a lot, like
Well,
like,
I mean, I appreciate
from
that,
the
dude.
jump, dude. Like,
But I mean, I did it. The guy before me, I followed him. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, I don't want to put people's name out there, but I fuck with this dude heavy.
yeah,
Fucking Cardone, bro.
yeah, Cordon's a great guy, man.
Like, I looked up to him.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And a lot of the shit that I had, like, who I am and how I'm jovial and shit. And I'm not gonna fucking be a fucking robot and shit. Oh, what is this Kool-Aid? Ah, la, 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 la. I'm not doing that.
Well, and this is the thing about the program we went through. It's like, you hear like all this. Oh, well, you'll have a sense of family and stuff like that. Well, hold on, because I really didn't start noticing that until I'd already graduated, and like I go back there and I like going back there.
Dude, listen, I just was in Florida for a week. And the whole time before, I was like, I just can't wait to the fuck away from here and get my own place and fucking transitions about up. Dude, I was wanting to come back halfway through the week.
And it's like, dude, you start realizing like how many people looked up to you because you go there and people like go out of their way to like find you and like, dude, what's up, man? Like, damn.
And not only is that made me feel good, but like just to be fucking transparent and like be able to like people know, them guys all know I'm there every night eating dinner because it's free. So
Yeah,
that's my perk.
I
But
gotta
the other
jump
perk
on
of
that
it
train,
is,
dude.
yeah, you need to. It's
I know.
where it's at. It might be not the best food, but make it work. And then they know they can come ask me whatever, get a cigarette, you know what I mean? And like there were some people that did that. But even like the guys who are supposed to be PGs and doing that, they get their safe train, they fucking run in their room.
Yeah.
Dude, I hung out there last night for like 3 hours, bro.
Me too. Yeah, I went
Dude,
over
I hung out there so long, I forgot to take my fucking drug test. I went back to the house because, I was gone for a week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot. That's the whole reason why I was over there.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I love going over there.
Yeah,
I
I got
really
my
do.
hair cut, vibed out with Davison.
Yeah.
Like, fucking.
And even the staff, like when I was in the program, I'm like, dude, fuck these guys. Now I love them, and I go,
yeah.
I do, not all
love
of them,
some
but
of
I mean,
them.
like I go up to them and like we talk, whatever.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like it's cool.
You can never put expectations on people because,
No,
like, some
you can't.
things in better life, some things happen to where, hey, I'm not gonna put his name on it, but so and so, I need a reference. I'm trying to get a job at the city. Fucking 4 or 5 years ago, if you said, hey, why don't you apply at the city? You got like, bro, that's not gonna happen. I would never done it.
Yeah.
I would never think that I would be able to get the job. But I asked this guy if he'd help me out, and he fucking pointed me in another direction, which totally avoided the question I asked him. Like, I need your email and your phone number because these people want a job reference, and I worked for you, and like I did a lot of cool shit. Like, fucking make it sound good, boost me up. I'm trying to get a better life. Like the place, the recycle joint that we're working at, right? It's great, save money, but guess what? After you're there for 1 year, you've topped out.
Yeah, that's
You
what I
have
told
no
my-
benefits. That's why you're going to school. Like, each day you gotta better yourself, bro.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
so.
And you gotta find a way to do that yourself. Because I
Yeah,
feel like
you gotta do it your way.
when you were an addict, and like me especially, like I used to just like expect shit to fall in my fucking lap.
Yeah.
And now that I'm grown and I'm an adult and like, I'm doing like average everyday adult shit, like now I know like, okay, the next step
Did you
is
get more work done?
no, dude.
Looks
No.
darker right there.
No, I got it going back over.
When?
Probably 3 months ago.
Okay.
Shout out Tony at Twisted Six. He's the man. Twisted Six is awesome. I love that place, and I'm gonna come drop a deposit soon. I know I've been bullshitting, but
Is that what we're doing? Shout out to Stefan Misi, Ocala, Florida, calling Panther Tattoo. He's the man.
yeah,
He
that
hooks
color.
it up. I'll come on.
There we go, dude. Yeah, yeah. But nah, dude. I mean, like,
It would come out eventually.
it's just it's crazy now.
It is, but this is the thing. Like, not everything in life's supposed to be fucking pixie dust and fucking unicorns.
No.
Like, you have to go through some uncomfortable things. You know what I mean? And like,
Absolutely.
I was so nervous about trying to get a job and having that rejection that I waited till like somebody I knew had a job, and then like even like I went and talked to Brian and shit at Green Zone
Yeah.
prior, making sure that my background gonna fuck me up before I put in my 2 weeks and shit. But then like, now it's time to do something different. And
Absolutely.
I just wanna share, like, whoever checks out this podcast, which I recommend you do. This is a great thing you're doing. I
Yeah.
really commend you for it. I think it's
Appreciate
an
it.
awesome idea, bro.
Awesome.
Because
Thank
with all the dudes that we know and all the females we know,
Yeah.
this is gonna be dope. So like, I mean, I forgot. See, like, hey, listen. One thing about addiction, your memory is gonna fucking go on you.
That's a fact.
What was I saying?
You were talking about how I can't remember either. Man.
But basically, like, I just want to say, like, anybody that's struggling with addiction, like, you ain't got to be scared. Everybody that got clean was scared. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And eventually, you're gonna believe in yourself, and all you got to do is what's asked of you. Whether you go to a program, however you do it, but like, once you get clean and shit, like, you can do anything you put your mind to. Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to like harp on the God thing and shit, but I'm a saved person, right? And I lean on Jesus.
Sure.
And I try to get this job with the city, and like, they don't even hire people with misdemeanors. And I had one bad night in Florida, and I had a bunch of fake money on me, and I had a bunch of fucking dope and a stolen car and fucking all this crazy shit, and I got caught up. And fucking, I had to do a year in the county, which I never did any county time like that. And so that came up, and so I went to the job fair, applied for this job, went to the interview. You're too qualified. They posted something else. Put that interview with that. And then this is what really got me, right? So my sobriety date is October 1st of 2022. October 1st of 2025 is when this place called me back and was like, we're going to offer you the job. So I'm like, dude, that's got to mean something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the whole time I'm like, yo, this background's going to fuck me up.
Dude, let me say something real quick. Because when you're putting, and it doesn't matter how minimal it is, when you're putting good shit out there,
Oh, yeah.
as far as energy, whatever,
Yeah.
good shit comes back. I lost my wallet 2 weeks ago in Greenville. I dropped it, it fell out my pocket, whatever. I'm pissed, you know what I'm saying? I just got a letter in the mail yesterday from the Greenville Police Department saying that somebody turned in your wallet and you can come pick it up from the station whenever you're in Greenville. And I mean, that's something simple, but it's like, you put good energy out there in the world.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah,
Anything you put into
absolutely.
the universe comes back to you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I try not to do, and like, I liked the job for a while, but I was getting so frustrated because, people are scumbags, bro. They think
They
those
are.
bins are fucking trash cans. And all I was doing was fucking complaining all day and just spewing negative energy. And I'm like, I don't care how much money I'm making. I can't do this no more. It just got to that point. And thank God that, I leaned on Trosa to write me a letter of recommendation. I used Chat GPT to like,
Clean it up.
they gave me their own whatever, and then I wrote something just saying like, hey, I know, it's been almost 5 years, I haven't been in trouble, but this is what I've done,
Yeah.
and I need to be responsible and transparent, but that doesn't reflect who I am today. I just really want the opportunity to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And fuck, dude, it worked out, bro. So
Absolutely.
starting a new job here on Wednesday.
There's this business podcast. No, it's not a podcast. It's like shorts or whatever on, and I listen to it all the time. School of Hard Knocks. You know what I'm talking about? Well,
I'll check it out.
this guy goes around and interviews like billionaires, and he asks.
Oh
them, like,
yeah,
okay,
that
so
that kid's got like 18 million views.
yeah, he's the man, dude. So I seen one, and it was
How'd
like,
you become a billionaire type shit?
yeah. I might be like quoting this wrong, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
like the way I'm gonna say it, I feel like it sounds good. So
Sounds good. Go for
well, he was saying that like only like a very small percentage of people will become really successful before the time they're 25.
Oh yeah.
So he said the other percentage, half of that will become or a quarter of that will become successful after the time they're 40 or 35 to 40. And then, you know, whatever percentage else won't ever become successful. They'll just
a teener.
yeah, they'll just get by. But he said what separates that like first quarter of people that are 25, whatever, and they're making all this money, they're doing what they are, is everybody comes to walls in their life. And they come across a wall. And some people can't figure out how to get over it, so they just sit and chill and they just let life go on. And then some people run into it and they see the wall and they're like, okay, how can I get over this? And they put the necessary steps and they got the necessary drive to get over that wall. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of mindset you have to become a successful person. So I'm at this point in my life where like I'm 28 years old, you know, I try to manifest things into my life.
Dude, that's fucking
So,
so good.
yeah,
You're not
so-
even 30 yet, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, like maybe this takes off. I'm not saying that it's going to take off, you know, because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of important things to say, and there's a lot of addicts that need somewhere to come and just talk and be able to, you know what I'm saying, bullshit around. But like I'm at the point in my life where like we put this podcast together, me and Jacob, in a week. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I come to a wall now, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to figure out how the fuck to get over it. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where I'm at and my mindset's at now. And, you know, like, I don't have a shitload of money or nothing like that, you know, but that's not my main concern. My main concern is putting the pieces together to obtain the things that I want to have in life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And the number one thing on that list is happiness, bro.
Dude,
You
that
know?
is number one.
Yeah.
And you see all these rich motherfuckers or I'm depressed. How the fuck are you not happy when you have to work? But, you know, like,
Yeah.
everybody's happy. That's the main goal for everybody's happiness. A lot of people never find it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like just being humble and compassionate, like, you don't have to have all that. Like giving somebody an outlet, you know, this is right here make you feel good that you were able to like let somebody talk, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Put
for
it out
sure.
to the world. You never know if this might, you know, help the next person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm super honored that you invited me out here to do this.
You're my number one, bro.
Yeah,
Number one.
and,
I had to pick you.
And
Number one draft pick.
and I feel like, you know, if you could beat addiction, you could do anything.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? And you're 28, bro. I'm 47.
28, dude.
Bro, you got the world by the balls. I wish you great success.
Thank you, man.
This is awesome. I
Yeah,
appreciate
absolutely. Of course, sign the table for me.
it. Oh, word?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Grab that.
Sharpie right here.
Well, since everyone's gonna be here, I'm gonna sign it right here.
Sign it wherever you want to do.
Just my name or whatever.
Sign it, bro. Put whatever you want to put on there.
Hell yeah.
Yo, B-Dog. Hell yeah. Before we...
Sign the table.
Dude, thank you so much for coming, man. I
Yeah.
love you, bro. For
I
real,
love you too,
You're my
bro.
dog, man.
No homo. Maybe
No
a little
homo.
bit. Maybe a little bit.
But real quick, before we sign off, I just want to say if you or somebody you know is struggling with addiction or has any type of things that are really bringing them down in the world, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to find resources and go get some help. It's the first step, admitting you have a problem and recognizing that. And my best piece of advice is when you're in that situation and you're trying to get to the point where you can find a better life and get yourself right, listen to the people around you that are telling you
Absolutely.
you need some help. Thank y'all, man. Thank you, bro.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.